Welcome everyone, this is John with Living in Our 50s and coming to you today on a rainy Saturday. It's Valentine's Day today. When this comes out, it'll of course be February 15th, not the 14th. So don't think, guys, that you made it in time if you forgot yesterday. But, with it raining outside, we needed the rain here in the Texoma area. We were getting into the needs of some rain to take care of the drought problem we were having, and I thought, well, what a good time to kind of talk about the usefulness of rain and how we can kind of apply that to our lives and why rain is even good for us as humans. And I thought, well, our faith grows out of rain, because there's sometimes you gotta pivot. You got to make other plans. Nothing grows without rain. Neither do we. So I thought, how we could maybe talk about how rain sometimes can make things feel inconvenient, gloomy, or messy, but it is necessary, just like hard seasons in life. So think of James. Was it James 1, 2 through 4? It counted all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. Okay? So just count it as pure joy. If rainy days get you down, maybe you're in the part of the country where it rains a lot more than it does here, and I get that. You might need to change your location, maybe. I don't know if that's even possible, but just without the rain, nothing grows. So look at it kind of from that. It can be gloomy and messy, but look at the effects that rain has on things. So it's easy for us to make plans, but when God cancels those plans, that's when we have to look at, maybe today was supposed to look a different way, and we were supposed to be outside doing this, having a birthday party. Maybe it was a birthday party, maybe it was going on a picnic or something. And for us, rainy days, my wife likes to stay home, so that's what we did today. I had to cancel a job because it was an outdoor job, and with the rain the way it was, wouldn't have been smart at all. Wouldn't have gotten much done. So rain can change plans, so you got to be flexible. And we talked about a few vlogs before where we talked about being flexible like a rubber band. Was that last week? Maybe it was last week. Can't remember. But it can set people back. The weather can set people back from going to the gym. Rain can cause injuries when it's slippery. I know for a lot of folks, it's a mental health issue. So there's that too. Sometimes just life's not going your way. I remember one time watching a YouTuber that seemed like wherever he went, it rained. So it was it got tiring after a while because he complained about it. But I get it. So the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. That's Proverbs 16:9. So sometimes when there's storms, when there's heavy rains, it can, reveal a lot of things in life. It can reveal, a weak foundation, or it might be an emotional reaction, or it might have, your faith may be under pressure or discipline when motivation is gone. I'll be honest with y'all, I was going to do something else today on the vlog, but can't find the screen record on my iPad, and everything tells me how to set it up, and I've done it on my phone. It's on my phone, but it's not on my iPad, and I got something I need to show y'all on my iPad. I may have to do it from my phone and just record off my iPad. I don't know. Anyhow, so sometimes, the motivation for this vlog, honestly, I try to get some ideas using a rainy day. What is a useful, what's something where I can help motivate people on a rainy day, like myself. Think of, the days where with with my trainer when I'm training. She's always like, have you need to drink water? You know, she'll even hand me my water bottle. Here, drink some water. You know, making sure, because rain is good for us, water's good for us. You know, stay hydrated. You know, you're maybe uncomfortable when she's, you know, working with me on something, and I'm just, you know, my abs are burning or my legs are burning, you know, from the muscle. It's a good burn, you know, but they burn, and you know, it's just, you can't quit just because it's uncomfortable, you know. Certainly don't waste a rainy day. Instead of, you know, it just being a lazy day for you or unproductive day, it could be a day of reflection for you on, you know, how the previous week's gone, how the previous month's gone. My wife's been doing a lot of filing stuff. She just finished all that kind of stuff, and now she's working on her puzzle. Those are things that the puzzle and knitting or and coloring books, that kind of stuff, all helps her. That's her release. That's what she likes to do to relax. You could turn it into a time of prayer. I had a friend earlier call me about his gout and how bad it is. It's spread from his feet to his both wrist and elbow and a knee, I believe. And, you know, he's an RV tech like me. He's not going to be able to work like that. So, you know, I spent time talking to him through text, but praying for him as well, and just praying for things in general. Just planning, maybe make it into a day of planning, you know, and just reset, you know, whatever it takes for you to reset. Like my wife's doing a puzzle, that helps her to reset. You know, and also, you can't just show up on sunny days, right? You got to have those rainy days too. Faith only when life is good is not good, okay? The gym only when you're motivated, not good. Marriage only when it feels good, not good. Work only when it's easy, definitely not good, all right? So these are things that, you know, there's going to be times of trial, times where you're not as comfortable doing. Rain can equal a consistency test. How about that? So try to look at this rainy day, as something positive, and you know, don't look at it as a bad thing necessarily, because rainy days can spur on other things. I just was brainstorming earlier about things that I need to think about, you know, for the future. And I was talking to two of my daughters and my wife about, you know, maybe starting like a side hustle type thing. So, you know, if I can figure it out for tomorrow, I'd like to go over kind of the stats. As is this blog 45? I think it's blog 45. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I was going to show y'all kind of where everything stands. I wish I would have done this at the very beginning, but I didn't really think the page would grow much. Didn't expect it to anyhow. And I guess y'all surprised me. But, yeah, yesterday's was helping someone in need biblically. Let's see. Yeah, 44. So this is 45. February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2026, and vlog 45. Y'all will be seeing this on the day after Valentine's, but that's the day it was recorded. And I'd like to talk about tomorrow, kind of just go over the YouTube page and where it sits right now, 45 days in, and kind of have a measuring point, more for my benefit than yours necessarily, because I don't think y'all will be staggered by any of the figures or anything. But anyhow, it's nothing really to write home about, but, you know, some people are watching, so that's good. Anyhow, like I always say, y'all, if the Lord wills, we'll see you in the next vlog. God bless. Getting some much needed rain. Yeah, it'd be a good time right now to go around and check all these downspouts and see if they're all flowing, if there's any buildup in them. Should have put some pre-emergent down.